I'm really angry, not confused, not surprised, angry. Because after spending more than 3+ years working in sustainability, fighting misinformation, trying to push for behavioral change, and explaining science really patiently, watching US roll back the EPA's authority on climate regulation feels like a betrayal. Let's call this what it is. The US didn't kind of reform policies, they didn't kind of rebalance the priorities. They chose to weaken the scientific foundation that allowed the government to regulate greenhouse gas emissions. The foundation that existed since 2009. And it's one simple evidence based truth: greenhouse gases are harmful to human health and the planet. Now, repealing that doesn't make the emissions disappear, it just makes that pollution is going to be legal again. As if climate change is a local problem, as if emission stops at the national borders, and as if the atmosphere kind of checks your passports. And let me be very clear to anyone probably sitting in another part of the country or even in India thinking that this is America's problem, not ours. That's dangerously wrong. The US is one of the largest historical emitters on the planet. When it weakens regulations, emissions don't just rise there, they accelerate global warming everywhere. And every part of the world will feel it harder, not lighter. There's going to be more heat waves, long summers, higher electricity demand, more pressure on water, crop stress, food inflation, health crisis. There's so many and more problems that's going to come, and we're already seeing it. So when the US chooses corporate convenience over climate responsibility, it's not just America who's going to suffer. It is all of us together. On one side, global leaders give speeches about climate change. We just had Surya just a few months back. On the other side, they were all so quietly, and we are removing this law that makes the goals possible. You cannot claim leadership while dismantling this accountability, and let's stop pretending this is about economic growth. Growth that poisons air, overheats the cities, destabilizes the food system. This is not growth, this is deferred collapse. And I've worked in sustainability long enough to know this, that science is clear. I don't have to look into some reports also. I know the kind of what impacts that's happening across the world, the number of cyclones that is happening. It's visible. And every rollback like this shifts the burden from corporations to citizens, from present to the future, from the rich to the vulnerable. This is not just about bad policy, it's about being irresponsible leader. Climate change doesn't care who you voted for. It doesn't care about how rich you are, and it definitely doesn't care about which leader you choose. It doesn't care about your short-term profits. If the world's largest economies choose denial today, countries like India will pay the price tomorrow.